When researching our trip to the Getty, we discovered that the West Wing was under construction, causing the museum to combine the exhibitions from the West Wing into the East Wing. The website says, "This exhibition sparks surprising new dialogues between works that are normally shown in separate galleries because of their date, national origin, or style." However, as we entered the East Wing, we started to notice that even while these exhibitions were combined, there was still a visible separation by categories, walls, and colors. Here we find the museum trying to present itself as a contemporary and inclusive space, while in reality the present curation still defaults to the old ways of categorization.
We stopped our video to bring you Getty How, museum instructions you can trust. Choose where to go. Fighting over it usually works.
We observed the East Pavilion, which currently houses a collection of 19th century paintings, adornments, and portraits. This was presented to museum visitors as a fresh take on museum curation, in which traditionally unsimilar works were to be presented together in one unifying space. However, as we stepped into the space, we found the opposite to be true. While there were works of different date, media, and culture displayed under a single roof, they were still presented in traditional categories. There was a space for 19th century paintings, one for adornments, one for portraits, and visitors moved through them in this very specific order. While the Getty claims this new curation sparks dialogue, we found it hard to relate the different pieces to each other as they were bound by traditional categories and defined spaces.
Protect the artwork. If you use the flash, point it at the patrons, not the artwork.
To further the separation of each category, wall sections were erected to create doorways, forging paths for the museum goers to follow. The walls were color coordinated, highlighting a distinction between the different art being displayed. We also see how the space guides visitors' eyes into reading certain sections displayed on the wall, which we can distinguish by the use of patterns. Not only do these wall details affect the way you navigate and learn about the art, but it begins to create a very specific and intentional atmosphere. Contrary to what the Getty says, this actually discourages visitors from forming their own new thoughts and opinions when trying to relate pieces to each other.
Be respectful. Make sure no one is looking when you step over the line.
While the Getty claimed to be a purveyor of progressive conversation, we found that the separation caused by categories, walls, and colors accomplished the exact opposite. In the East Pavilion, we see a prime example of how institutions can falsely present themselves as contemporary in a struggle for legitimacy in an ever-evolving world.
Appreciate the art. Pose like statues. Repeat for maximum effect. If you found this video helpful, please smash that like button and subscribe for more helpful tips.